Like Rick also has a baby mother who's currently working as a call girl. He has a daughter by Brooke.
And kick ass. Kick Rick Ross' ass, right?
I'm deciding to your life up. Rick Ross, I'm gonna your life up.
Rick Ross spent years acting unbothered, but his baby mama just spilled the real reason he's scared of 50 Cent. And it's way worse than anyone thought. The same man who built his empire on being a boss has apparently been losing sleep over the one enemy he can't outrun. And when Ross finally clapped back, it wasn't just about pride, it was about survival. The way 50 destroyed him from the inside out will make you wonder how Ross even managed to stay standing. It all started with a look. That's right, a look. One glance at the 2008 BET Awards, and suddenly, Rick Ross had a bone to pick with 50 Cent. Now 50? He had no clue what was even going on. He later claimed he didn't even remember seeing Ross there that night. But Ross? He took that as disrespect. And in the world of hip-hop, disrespect is a declaration of war.
Ross and 50, they've had a long-standing beef for years. And I think this Rick Ross beef is the one beef that 50 will never let go of.
Rick Ross was at the height of his career, feeling untouchable. He had 2 platinum albums under his belt and was solidifying his image as the ultimate rap boss. But when he locked eyes with 50 Cent at the BET Awards, something snapped. Maybe it was paranoia. Maybe it was a calculated attempt to gain clout. Either way, Ross made a decision that would change his career forever. He decided to go after one of the most ruthless figures in hip-hop history. And let's be real, that was not the smartest move. The problem? 50 Cent didn't even remember seeing Rick Ross that night. That's the level of pettiness we're dealing with here. But Ross saw an opportunity. He took that as his moment to launch an all-out attack. And let's just say, he had no idea who he was dealing with. Ross thought he could create some drama, get some headlines, and put his name next to one of the biggest figures in rap. What he didn't anticipate was that 50 Cent was about to go nuclear.
Is there anything about Ross and his career that you have any respect for?
Oh, no, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. I never wanted to work with him.
Just throw a little shade in an interview? Nope. He went straight for the jugular with mafia music. Ross made a not-so-subtle reference to the house fire that nearly took out 50's baby mama and their son. Rap bravado?
Hey, say what the f you want about 50 Cent, but I swear this man's pettiness is uncanny. Like this, I feel it's everybody's alter ego.
But everyone knew what Ross was implying. He was throwing dirt on a situation that 50 had already been accused of orchestrating. Shaniqua Tompkins, 50's ex, even publicly blamed him for the fire, which destroyed the entire house while 6 people were inside. Ross capitalized on that controversy, and it didn't take long for 50 to respond. But Ross didn't just stop at the diss track. He also started making bold claims about his dominance in hip-hop, acting like he had already won the war before it even started. But if there's one thing 50 Cent knows how to do, it's dragging a rap beef into personal territory. 50 wasn't about to just release a diss track. He was about to dismantle Rick Ross's entire public persona. That's when he went digging. And what he found changed everything. Say what you want about 50, but his pettiness is uncanny. Like, this man is everybody's alter ego when it comes to being petty. 50 exposed Ross's past as a correctional officer, something that completely shattered his image as a street-certified boss. Ross had built his entire brand on being a larger-than-life kingpin, a hustler who made it out of the trenches. But 50 had receipts. Pictures of Ross in his correctional officer uniform spread like wildfire. 50 made sure everyone knew that the man rapping about pushing weight was actually pushing prison paperwork. And instead of stopping there, he went straight to the source, Rick Ross's own baby mama, Tia Kemp. And let's just say, she had some things to get off her chest. Tia sat down with 50 and aired out every embarrassing detail about Ross's life.
It's sort of embarrassing to me, you know, because as you listen to his raps, you would definitely believe him, but I mean, it was surprising that he would sit there and say he spends $200 a month on food. $300 a month on clothes. His jewelry is rented.
According to her, Ross wasn't the boss he claimed to be. She said he was leasing cars, renting jewelry, and living a life that was nowhere near as extravagant as he made it seem in his lyrics.
He don't know where the money came from to put a down payment on a $1 million home. And, you know, it's just sad, you know, and I just want to prove the facts today here on This Is 50. It's all real, coming from
But that wasn't even the worst part. 50 took it a step further. Let me know if you need any further refinements.
He also has a baby mother who's currently working as a call girl. He has a daughter by Brooke, right there. Can you see that? This is like the adult. This is like where you can find really exclusive whores.
Asterisk then 50 went and did what Ross couldn't. He took Tia on a shopping spree to spoil her. 50 then took Ross's own son on a Vegas trip with Floyd Mayweather and snapped pictures of them together. And where was Ross? He was silent. There was nothing he could do to take that back. The internet had already run with it, and 50 had just cemented one of the most disrespectful moves in hip-hop beef history.
He stepped down from the position. And I asked him about it. You know, of course, he denied it, which his sister confirmed it and told me that he was a correction officer. And, you know, that's what it was.
He made a mistake. He took things too far when he leaked a tape featuring another one of Ross' baby mamas, Lastonia Leviston. Not only did this move backfire, but it ended up costing him $5 million when she sued him for emotional distress. That lawsuit hit 50 hard, so hard, in fact, that he had to file for bankruptcy. For the first time in this beef, 50 actually took an L. He kept making music, acting like nothing happened. Fans didn't seem to care that much about the Officer Ricky narrative anymore. Fast forward, and just when we thought this beef was over, Tia Kemp decided she wasn't done yet. She went on Instagram Live and let the world know that Rick Ross is still scared of 50 Cent.
Why?
Because 50 knows too much. Tia didn't hold back. She claimed Ross had deep, dark secrets that he's been desperately trying to keep hidden. She hinted that he might even be involved in something way more serious than just rap beef. The mess got even messier when some vintage Tia flicks started circulating, specifically her 2009 Smooth magazine cover shoot. Now, baby mama thirst traps are nothing new, but what made these pics especially scandalous? It wasn't just the posing, it was who she was posing with. 50 Cent, Ross's longtime enemy, casually playing photographer for Rick Ross's baby mama like it was his personal art project. In the now viral cover shot, Tia is perched right over Fifth, rocking nothing but some lacy black panties, a sparkly sheer top, and bright red heels, while he is laid out on the floor with a retro camera, aiming it right at her. And as if the whole setup wasn't shady enough, Smooth Magazine's subheading was even pettier. Where's the beef? Guest editor 50 Cent introduces Rick Ross's baby mama, Tia. Not only did 50 help Tia get her little magazine moment, but he made sure Ross knew exactly who was behind it. Fast forward to today, and these two are still finding ways to take shots at each other. The latest chapter? Rick Ross linking up with Big Meech after his prison release, a move that pissed 50 off, given that he's the executive producer of the BMF TV series. 50 saw it as the ultimate betrayal. He hopped on Instagram with a post featuring a giant rat captioned, "I think I'm Big Meech." That wasn't even the worst part. In the caption, 50 made it clear that Meech made the biggest mistake by distancing himself from one key person, Tammy Cowens. If you're asking who that is, trust, you're not alone. Tammy was Meech's assistant and business partner back in the day, but plot twist, she allegedly flipped and became an FBI informant. And just in case that wasn't enough, Ross jumped into the mess, laughing at how pressed 50 was over Meech taking a picture with him. Asterisk, asterisk.
Nigga took a picture with Rick Ross. You like a nigga, put your back against the wall and just slide down.
The back and forth is endless. But there's one person who might enjoy making fun of Ross just as much as 50 does, and that's Tia. She dragged Ross into Diddy's freak-off party scandal, claiming he was involved in some of the same shady dealings that got Diddy hit with federal trafficking charges. Like the Diddy DLA party I'm in. Then, ask another thing. When is we going to see you over there with Sean? She straight up told Ross to check on his friend, throwing shade at their past parties and that weird social media bromance they had.
Give dog a fucking hug like I said. He was on his nuts. Oh, that fucking year, you and Callie, big fat. Callie, your fat ass go out there cut your yard trying to go viral like Will with no shoes on. Boy, we know goddamn you ain't cutting nothing but a fucking tomahawk.
That's not even the first time she called him out. Tia also took to Instagram Live, clowning Ross for staying quiet about what Diddy did.
Don't be scared now. No Diddy, huh? You scared now, huh? I know y'all on them tapes. Freaky. I know you is. 10 churn have. It's time to show them churns now. I ain't gonna let off.
Tia wasn't just ranting, though. She came with receipts and wasn't afraid to name drop.
Brother over there paying people to put this out. He over there paying people to put this out. And running off with his money and it's getting back to me. So now I'm finna send the feds over there to y'all mother empire. See, you had the right bitch today, ho.
Tia went deeper, claiming Ross himself was involved in putting hits on people.
Don't talk about Miss Carol. Y'all know who Miss Carol is. You know that's behind your brother. I'm finna make sure her family sue y'all whole estate. Cause that case is not closed.
Next move? Apparently, it's to blow the whistle and send federal authorities straight to his doorstep. And then things took a real dark turn. Kemp brought up something that left fans stunned: a murder. She dropped the name Miss Carol, implying that Ross had some connection to the tragic death. We're gonna talk about Miss Carol. Y'all know who Miss Carol is. You know that's behind your brother. I'm going to make sure her family sues your whole estate, cause that case is not closed. Now, if you're wondering who Miss Carol is, Kemp claimed she was murdered after leaving her mom's house, and that the drama was tied to Ross and his crew. She even referenced a man who was shot in front of Black's house, another potential connection to Rose Circle. Then, in an episode of Kisha Please, Tia spilled more tea. First things first, she's got some things to clear up. This woman has been dealing with co-parenting drama with Rick Ross for 18 years, and she's beyond tired of the games. 18 years of the back and forth. If you know, people that's been around know. Imagine trying to raise a son while the other parent keeps playing disappearing acts and popping back up like it's some twisted game of peekaboo. Tia's had enough. She's not just here to talk about the flashy headlines. She's laying out all the family mess, dirty laundry, and receipts she's been holding on to for years. And guess what? She claims Rick's out here with more kids than he can even keep count of. Asterisk, asterisk. Interview. She dropped some heavy hints that Ross has some skeletons in his closet that he's been keeping on the low, like the fact that he is a child with a Russian woman.
She's always been in our business and just not happy for her brother. And I just don't have no respect for that. You know, she know what I have done for her brother, and I've been there. You know, it's not about money, fame, or any of that. She knows that her brother has a heart for me, and she can't take that because a man has never did what her brother is doing for other women to her.
But it isn't just about Ross being a dad. According to Tia, Ross is more interested in flexing his power and ego than actually supporting his kid. She tells Young Miami about the time Ross tried to send their son off to a random college in Mississippi just so he could be closer to his grandmother. Interview. Tia also gets into the pain of raising a kid who's in the public eye. Her son is off at an HBCU now, and Tia paints a heartbreaking picture of him having to explain to his classmates why his dad didn't show up to his high school graduation. This is a kid who had his dad cheering him on at football games, but when it came to one of the biggest milestones in his life, Ross was a no-show.